Welcome back, numismatic stackers. Today I went to the coin show in Maple Grove, Minnesota. I wasn't there for very long. I only buy from a couple of my dealer friends there. I just had to come in and out. I brought my family there. So I just want to talk about some things that I purchased today, some things that I sold, and take some close-ups. I think I got a variety on this coin. We're going to double check, and let's have some fun here. First of all, the ones over here on this side, I pulled some key dates of some coins I think dealers would really like. And so I took those out, and just 4 of the coins. The offer that I got was a little more than the entire stack. So I'm very happy. Still have all of these for anybody that loves varieties and stuff. We have these. I'll start processing these when I start going back to shows again. I do have one more show I'm going to do in May, and that's pretty much going to be the most I can do for right now. We'll talk about that later. I have to change in my mind. Depends on how busy I get. Well, let's just talk about right here. Went to see my friend Simon, especially Van Quake Coins and Bullion. Support him. He's doing fantastically. His channel is growing by leaps and bounds. And he always has great prices, and he's very, very fair. If you're not familiar and haven't seen his stuff, this is why I specifically knew that he had this coin, because he aired this on his video, and also he aired that one. And so he had 2 1871 seeded dollars, and I like this one better, just obviously because it's in better shape. I believe strongly that this is an original looking coin, a nice strong VF. And so I went to PCGS, just seeing what thing would be worth, and I see, there's a plus tab. I clicked on it, and I look over here. I'm like, there's some varieties. A misplaced date, crazy. So I look at my coin, and I'm like, dude, do I have it? So I'm gonna go right now on my USB microscope, and we'll compare, and we'll see what it looks like. Yeah, I think I have it right there. There's the 8 right there. Let's move it a little bit more. There should be some more down here. Yeah, there's another portion of the date, a misplaced date. Crazy. Here's the thing. There's only one population of this coin. What is it? FS 503. But it's a mint state 63 example, as you guys just seen. The retail goes from around 5,500 to like 8,000. That doesn't mean anything, guys, because this is not a double die, a 55 double die penny. This is not a 3-legged buffalo nickel. You know what I'm saying? This isn't a 1913 Liberty nickel. Okay, it is kind of a very, very low mintage coin, and it's just a misplaced date that only one person has ever sent one in. That's all it means. But I'm going to bring it over here. Just looking at the coin, I wouldn't, if I were to send this into grade, literally, if it graded straight and everything, and I got the FS 503 on there, I'll probably add $25 to it, basically just adding the attribution, because people are really not paying for that sort of variety. That's what I'm trying to say. I think it's cool to find that. I think it's very fun to discover varieties like that. So this is not for sale. This is going in my typeset. That's why it's out. Okay, now I got some other coins that are up for resale. I already have a 1903S in my album, but this is a nice graded example. Again, got it from Simon again. Nice large date or large mint mark there. Got it for a great price. We can flip that coin. All right. Had to get some gold. So what was he? He was like $3 over per gram, which I thought was fantastic. Good job. I mean, he had some other gold. I think he had some of the best gold out there for sure. He had a lot of tiny fractionals, which I love, and I always praise to people, that's the stuff to get, fractional gold, smaller pieces. They sell like hotcakes. All right, so we had to get some more gold in my stack. Now, this, you know, this is why you go to a show and you don't know what you're looking for. Look at this thing, $17.95, and it's just beautiful colors. I mean, you can see the nice blue right there. It does have some luster to it, a little bit of luster, probably, you know, 5, 10, 12% luster still left from when it was made. Nice little weak stripe there. I'd say this is a very, very solid XF 40, 45, somewhere in that range. Yeah, I paid $200 for it. You know, I felt like it was worth $200. You know, I feel like it's in a lot better shape than what I've seen on eBay for sure. I mean, look at the detail, look at the color. I mean, holding it in your hand like this, you know this is original. This is not cleaned. When you go buy stuff on eBay, you don't have no idea. When somebody just takes a picture like that, you're just guessing. When you take a picture like that, they're just guessing. When just look at this beautiful, beautiful looking coin. I just had to have this. I mean, I have one other one, but you know what? I'm starting to love these very much, and I want more. I mean, if I find a coin like this, I really, really want to go for it. I see, geez, maybe 1 out of a dozen are this nice, or even less than that. Had to get it. I know it's a short video, guys, short video, but it was a pretty good one. We got some really cool things. You know, got to get the seeded, like I talked about on my last video. I think you guys should click on that if you haven't seen it. My top 7 numismatics of the year. Yeah, the seeded series I was talking about, that is definitely a bucket lister for sure. This I didn't quite have on there. These are kind of cheap at times, but when you get a nice example like that, you know, they can be pushing those high 200s, you know, and mid 200s, somewhere in that range. You know, if I feel like I can get a good deal, colors do sell. The attractiveness, yeah, that's definitely a very attractive coin. We got a semi key date right here and a slab holder, and we got some gold. Nothing wrong with that. Click on these videos on the right side of your screen, and I'll see you on the next video.